Hey y'all, it's your girl Jimmy and welcome back to my channel. We switched things up. We are filming right after the episode, but y'all know the routine. I have a lot of thoughts, so make sure you have a lot of wine. And I'm drinking red wine, so you know it's about to be good. I haven't really had a moment to gather my thoughts. I think I'm the most fun when I drink red wine, so let's have some fun. Y'all know Allie is my girl, but nobody is safe from getting dragged. Speaking of drag, Niall looks beautiful in his makeup. Him and Sam had just put on a fabulous show for the house. And Allie, why do you have to ruin everything? She literally asked this man who just had his face beat by LaDemi, someone that was handpicked to be on Kim Kardashian's makeup show. If Kim Kardashian handpicked you to be on her makeup show, you're probably good at makeup, right or wrong, true or false. Niall just had his face beat to death. It literally took LaDemi 2 hours to do this. And Allie had the audacity to ask this man to remove his makeup so they could go have some, lovey-dovey time in the hot tub. Allie, this is why no one in the house except me and Niall like you, because you're constantly trying to have serious conversations at the wrong time. Every time Allie tries to have a serious conversation, take a shot. Allie, you gotta stop with these serious conversations. Like, Niall was living his best life and you brought that man's energy all the way down. Speaking of people living their best life, it flashed forward to the next morning and Marlon and I are sitting on the couch. Well, Marlon's sitting, I'm sleeping, because I don't really like to film before 11 a.m. I have been on a lot of TV shows, and I have never in my life been woken up just for the hell of it. Like, granted, yes, if we have a challenge to film that day, production wakes us up because we have to get on a bus and go do a challenge. But on our off days in the challenge house, they let us sleep if we want to sleep. I have never been woken up in a house by a producer and told to take a shower and put on a cute outfit just to sit on the couch and look at each other. They would wake us up at 8 a.m. and be like, all right, time to get up, get dressed, put on a cute outfit. And I'm like, for what? What am I getting cute for? There's nothing to do today except stare at the same people I've been staring at for the past 2 weeks. So that's why I'm sleeping on the couch. It's probably 9 a.m. and again, I don't like to film before 11 a.m. Fun fact about me. LaDemi struts over in her little workout outfit. She looked cute, but she has not been at the gym. She put on that little sports bra just to impress Marlon. I see you, sis. I support. Being the petty queen that I am, I'm opening my eyes to kind of pay, I'm fake sleeping, and I open my eyes and I'm fake sleeping. I was awake the whole time. I heard that conversation word for word. I was just making sure that she didn't get out of line, that he didn't get out of line. I was not asleep. I have mastered the fake sleeping in the challenge house. That's when you get the most information, and well, the skill also works in the X on the Peak house. So I was not sleeping. I was listening to that entire conversation. I approve of this relationship that's forming. Y'all know if I did not approve, that you would hear about it. But I think that LaDemi and Marlon both are beautiful people with beautiful stories, and I think people like that need to be together to support each other. So I am 100% Team Marlon and Team LaDemi. I'm sure there's more to come, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I have an idea, and if you don't agree with me, you're a boring bitch. Like this video if you think that MTV needs to give Adore and LaDemi a show like The Simple Life. Let's bring that into 2020 with Adore and LaDemi being the stars. I would be the first person to watch that show. Like this video if you agree with me. LaDemi and Adore for The Simple Life. MTV, make it happen. It's what we deserve. Honestly, LaDemi and Adore, take your talents to VH1 or Bravo. No shade, MTV. Really, that was no shade. If you take that as shade, it's your own fault. This is a show where exes come in. I think it's time for an ex to arrive. And Allie, Adore, and the houseplant are headed to the Peak. Speaking of houseplants, mine is still alive. Can you see that she's dying a little?
Well, no.
She's dehydrated. She's dehydrated. She's actually taken place of Tierney of being the dehydrated one in the room, and my plant's the dehydrated one. Because Tierney, sis, is hydrated and living her best life on the peak these days. Shout out Sam Bird. Speaking of Sam Bird, he's in Florida right now. Anyone want to guess what he's doing in Florida? You know, I don't snitch on my friends. Anyway, I'm going to get in trouble for that. Oh, I'm going to get in big trouble. Anyway, it's Allie's ex, Carlos, and oh my God, this man is beautiful. Like, y'all know that Cuban men are my weakness. Carlos, you are all that in a bag of chips until you start talking. As soon as you open your mouth, it's like, shut up and just look cute. Like, be a lapdog, boo. This is going to sound so shady. This is not shady. They were on a show called Temptation Island. I watched the entire season of Temptation Island, and no shade, no tea, I do not remember Allie or Carlos from the show. They are full throttling into this, you did me dirty, like, they are relationship shows, producers like Wet Dream, because they're giving you all of the go. Like, Dora says it best, it's like a fake Telemundo. Did I say that correctly? You know, a Spanish soap opera. Don't look at me like I'm dumb.
I think it's telenovela.
Telenovela!
Telemundo is the channel.
Telemundo! See, I know I was crazy. I watched the channel to look at the men. Yeah, I love Spanish men, but I don't know a lick of Spanish except margarita. I'm a trash bag. Like, quesadilla. Yeah, extra queso. I'm a trash bag. I've dated a lot of men that can speak Spanish and didn't learn anything except inappropriate words that we like to keep in the bedroom, so we're not going to talk about that. Plus, my mom watches these episodes and critiques me, so I have to behave. Anyway, Carlos is here. He arrives to the house. There's a certain cast member, when he arrives, it looks extra thirsty. I am, like, cringing because I'm so embarrassing. I'm like, hey, like, oh, like, I'm a trash. Like, I'm acting like Nicole right now. Speaking of Nicole, we haven't even talked about her all episode. You know it's coming, sis. It's time to take out the trash. I find Carlos very attractive. I just don't really like when he talks because he talks way too much about things that do not matter, like most men. It's Fire Week, appropriately, not Ice Week, and Nicole wins the date. This is not shown, but I get super mad that Nicole wins the date. And granted, I am like Nicole's like half ex. I wasn't mad that Nicole won the date because she's my fake ass ex. I'm mad that she won the date because I don't think the people in this house understand the point of these dates. Her and Sydney already have a connection. I think the date should be for people who want to form a connection with someone but can't inside the house. Comment if you disagree with me, comment if you agree with me, but my mindset is a date should be for someone looking to form a connection, not someone that already has a connection. And I was mad that Nicole won that date, and I went around bitching to everybody that would listen to me that that's not the point of the date. But the producers came through, and they're gonna ruin this date. They can afford a whole helicopter for a date, but we probably won't even get a reunion, but that's none of my business. So they got a helicopter, and then they go to the little private cabin out in the woods. And Sydney tells Nicole, this is the best date I've ever been on. Who is going to explain to Sydney, the houseplant, that Nicole did not pay for the helicopter. She did not pay for those fruits and snacks you're eating. She did not pay for the wine. Like, in Sydney's mind, like the beige wall that she is, Nicole, like, set this whole date up for her. No, honey, producers set this date up because they're setting your ass up like I've been calling from day one. They don't know it, but we see Ashley, who Ashley thinks that y'all are going to recognize her from Real World Explosion. I don't think y'all are going to recognize her. I watched that whole season and barely knew who she was. The only people we remember from that show is Jenna, Corey, and hi, Millionaire Mitchell. Love you, bitch. Long story short, Ashley has a little camera and she watches all the footage. So this is like about to be set up. It's what Nicole deserves. I know what all of you are thinking at home. You're watching like Nicole's finally going to get what she deserves. Ashley's sitting there and Nicole immediately gets in the hot tub. Wait, is Sydney also getting in the hot tub with her? Sydney, what are you doing? I'm crazy bitch. I probably just would have inflated that thing and walked off if I was Sydney. But y'all, this is one of the most cringe-worthy things I've ever watched on a dating show. Nicole is like on top of Ashley, begging her for forgiveness, being like, I love you, please forgive me, please, please, please forgive me. And this is poor Sydney, like, sis is literally chugging her wine as she hears the girl that she's been doing inappropriate lesbian things with for the past few days confess her love to her girlfriend. In the comments, let me know, what would you have done if you were Ashley, and what would you have done if you were Sydney? If you want to be Nicole in this scenario, then you're trash and just take yourself out. Because if I was Sydney, I would have left the hot tub. If I was Ashley, I would have told her to get at the hot tub. I don't really know what to do in these situations. Let me know what you would have done. Because my ass would have ended up in New Zealand jail. But that's a whole different story for a whole different day. Ashley walks in, and no one in this house knows that's Ashley but me. Because no one else really watched Real World Explosion. So my mouth is immediately like, Ashley has arrived, and she introduces herself, and as soon as she says her name, the whole house goes wild. New drinking rule. Take a shot. Every time Ashley's name is mentioned by Nicole, Ashley makes it very clear that Nicole has told her the truth, that she's made out with 3 girls. Did y'all see me? I'm like literally like sitting there like, up Nicole, I'm gonna snitch on you. I'm usually not a snitch, but I'd snitch on her. But Nicole, being the weasel that she is, weaseled right out of this. And you know what? Hate or love Nicole, she can literally talk herself out of any situation, and this is even more proof. Because Ashley's a smart girl. I know it's hard to believe that Ashley's smart because she dates Nicole. She's a smart ass bitch. So for Ashley to be able to let Nicole weasel herself out of this just kind of shows that, y'all, Nicole plays offense and defense at all times. No one's going home because it's fire week, so we're just gonna throw a pool party. We don't have a pool, but we're gonna throw a party. Yo, Niall's funny. Like, Niall literally tore Carlos to pieces all episode, and I laughed. I know all of you laughed at home. Niall's funny. So that was probably, to me, the funniest confessional of this episode was Niall just talking mad. Allie, why are you trying to ruin the night? The night before, you know what? I almost didn't even speak about this. The night before, you literally told Carlos one thing and told Niall another thing. I'm not a hater, bitch. Like, do what you gotta do. If I had an ex and the next in the house and I didn't know which one I wanted, I probably would have been a little smarter and not had the conversations on camera, because you know when they have camera, they can rewind the footage. But you know what, sis? This is your first reality show because you didn't really get any camera time on Temptation Island, so you don't really know how it works. You come from a scripted world. You don't really get it. Yo, babe, you shot yourself in the foot. You're always talking about, someone shot me in the foot. Bitch, you pulled your trigger. You got to get a little better with your game if you're going to try to play both of them. You're in the hot tub. Niall finally wants to have a conversation. A lot went on in that hot tub. I'm not going to speak about it because what happens in our jacuzzi stays in our jacuzzi. A lot of inappropriateness happened. A little X-rated for MTV's 8 o'clock slot. Allie, I love you. You're my girl. But you looked a mess this episode. Oh, hold on. Someone texted me. Could be a appointment. Spoiler alert, it's not a appointment. Having all these conversations like you not being recorded. Sis, you gotta have these conversations in the bathroom, in the shower, where the cameras aren't there, so your own words can't be used against you. Rule number 1. I'm gonna teach you, baby. You know I got you. So Allie's feeding Carlos a lot of lies, feeding Niall a lot of lies. I don't know. Y'all tell me, does Allie really want to be with Carlos? Does she really want to be with Niall? Does Allie just want the camera time? Does Allie not know what the she wants? Should we get her a therapist instead of a man? You tell me. That's my girl, but no one's safe from these draggings. So Allie whispers into Carlos' ear, like, make out with the one person that you are interested in the hot tub. He then makes out with me. Allie honestly wasn't mad, but she felt some type of way because, like, your ex comes in, you want that security blanket. So that happened, and about 60 to 90 seconds later is when the Callum, Niall on the balcony yelling down at Allie and Carlos. Callum, mind your own business. You know what? Take a shot every time Callum is in someone else's business. Allie, you're still not the worst person at the table, though, because Nicole's made out with 3 bitches while she's supposed to be in love with Ashley. Somehow she's back with Ashley. I'm on the show with a lot of people. that need therapists more than relationships. Y'all don't need another person to be involved with. You need to figure yourself out. And if the shoe fits, slide that bitch on. Georgia and Callum are really good. We don't even have to talk about them because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be like going to a wedding soon, or she's gonna end up pregnant. Like, they're on like a fast track to love. So cheers to them. Tierney's no longer dehydrated because Sam is making moves on T. So all y'all that was talking shit about Tierney not being able to get a man, she done called a good one. George's ex. Someone's trash is another person's treasure, and Sam's a whole snack. You see Marlon and LaDemi get in Marlon's bed together. Yes, Carlos slept in my bed that night, and we slept on the bottom bunk. So it's LaDemi and Marlon in one bed, and then me and Carlos in another bed. Production did not show that. I was not going to speak about it. Before Sebastian got here, I literally told Corey and Dimitri, like, dodge the bullet, not going to talk about it. But Sebastian called me out, and I'm a real bitch, and I'm always going to keep it real with y'all, even when it's about myself. Nothing happened. That's why the camera was on LaDemi and Marlon. Or this for Tierney, because I talked a lot of shit about her the past few episodes. But Sam voted her to win the date. He wanted Tierney to win that date because he wanted to go on it with her. So Tierney, you're the MVP of this episode. One week we drag you, the next week we love you. I love you all the weeks, you know that. Allie was problematic this episode. Nicole is problematic anytime she's breathing. Sydney's still a house plant, but now she's one that can float in an inflatable pool. Ashley, I expected a little bit more from you, but you know what? Whatever you and Nicole do in the sheets is not my business. Team Marlon, we're Team LaDemi. Next week, is Adore gonna make a love connection with Tyler? Yo, Tyler is I am so here for whatever happens there. Team Adore, Team Tyler. I don't know what's gonna play out. I mean, I do. Actually, I kind of forgot because I was drunk the whole time. We'll see what happens. But it's my favorite time of the recap. It is Twitter time. Wondering why everyone's in my business? ? Yeah, me too. Sis, you're filming a reality TV show. We're all there. I'm getting paid a lot of money to be there in your business. I love you, sis, but we're in your business because it's literally my job. Like, it is my job while filming this show to be in your business. What is up with this low budget ass hot tub that's more than a kid's inflatable pool? Yo, I think we literally rented it from the Floribama. And then bam, it shows up on the P. So, it's okay for Herpes Nicole to hook up with 3 girls back to back to back. But people are taking shots about Allie for exploring her options. You know what? That's real talk. That's real tea. As soon as Allie starts playing the same game that Nicole's playing, everyone in the house, except me, wanted to talk shit about her. Not cool. Not cool. Let's hold everyone accountable. Or let's just maybe hold Nicole accountable for once. This is messy because X on the Beach tweeted this. They're so petty. Whatever intern runs that social media account, slide in my DMs. Let's talk. Did Sydney just become a third wheel on her own date? Sis was a third wheel on her own date and didn't even get a refill of her wine. And it wouldn't be a recap if we didn't end it with this. Sydney is back to being a houseplant. Poor little Fern should have listened to Maple Syrup Daniel. I am done with y'all. I call this girl a houseplant casually in one recap, and y'all have made it like a household thing.
There she is.
Hey, Sydney, is that you?
I think she's like a houseplant, like a fake houseplant. Like, she doesn't need to be watered.
You're right, sis. That's a real ass houseplant.
Yeah.
Sydney is like the fake one that you buy at like Dollar Tree. Ryan was not seen this entire episode. Was there one single shot of Ryan this entire episode?
I saw Magdalena once.
Okay, Corey, just because you saw Magdalena doesn't mean you saw Ryan. They're not the same person. Correct me if I'm wrong. Send me a screenshot of Ryan. I didn't see him. Y'all, it is Thursday night. I'm about to take this robe off, put on my little thought girl dress. You know what? I'm lying. I'm gonna keep this robe on. I'm gonna move to my couch and I'm gonna keep drinking my wine. Subscribe, turn on the notifications. Starting literally right now, we are about to put out more content. It's not just gonna be X on the Peak recaps. You're gonna get a lot more real shit coming straight out of New Orleans. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications because you never know when I'm gonna drop a new video. Cheers, y'all.